I want to start off with this donkey right here, Omar Gooding. He's a dickhead, all right?
Before the show even warmed up, Camron decided to make Omar Gooding the opening target of the day. No setup, no warm greeting, just a direct insult right out the gate. And this wasn't just some offhand comment, this was intentional. It set the tone for what was about to become one of the pettiest, funniest back and forths between an actor and a rapper we've seen in a minute. When Camron points his attention at you, it's not just a roast, it's a full-blown comedy segment. But Omar, he wasn't about to just sit there and let this slide. It started with Omar clapping back at one of the first things Camron brought up, that whole scene where Omar got paid to do shirtless push-ups.
First of all, thank you, brother. Thank you. You are next level. A free trip to Miami, $2,500 in my pocket to do some push-ups with my shirt off? Thank you.
You can almost hear the sarcasm dripping from every word. Omar saying, if you're gonna try to embarrass me, at least acknowledge I got a bag out of it. And that's a point a lot of people miss. In Hollywood, if someone's paying you thousands to work out on camera, even if it's for laughs, you're still winning. Camron wasn't done. In fact, he started painting this picture like Omar didn't even realize what was going on. He joked that Omar thought he was shooting a real movie scene, even saying they were filming it in Spanish. Now that right there is vintage Cam, adding layers to the joke just to make it sting more. But here's the thing, Omar's response shows he's not easily rattled. He took it in stride, but not without throwing a few darts back.
I've been laughing all morning. My niggas is mad. Nigga, calm down, nigga. It's clear you're not a rapper no more. You've decided to give up rap and just try to crack jokes. No, I'm not coming on your show. I'm not helping your ratings no more, but thank you. No bullshit, thank you.
Notice how he slips in that ratings jab? That's calculated. Omar's letting Cam know he sees exactly what this is, a ratings play, and he's not playing along. At one point, Camron even said the video was great quality, but Omar thought it was part of some elaborate movie shoot. The whole thing plays into this ongoing bit that Omar's in the dark about what's really happening. That's when Omar leaned harder into his own kind of humor.
And thank you. Book me for some more shit. I've never been to Ibiza. Book me for that, nigga. $2,500, that's much. One scene, in and out. Send me wherever you want, my boy. Keep booking. I'm gonna keep spinning it.
That's not just a comeback. That's a power move. Omar's basically saying, if the joke is me getting paid to do random stuff, keep it coming. It flips the narrative from, look at this clown, to look at this man making money. Alright, pause the roast for a second and appreciate the craft here. Because whether you think this whole setup was petty genius or chaotic trolling, the reason it works is that Omar showed up and acted. He didn't phone it in, he didn't wink at the camera, he committed like there were real stakes. Lights on, crowd noise in the background, everybody moving like it's a legit set. And when the energy around you feels real, your instincts kick in. You play to the room, you heighten the moment, you give them something they can use. That's exactly what happens next. A quick, confident line that sounds like it belongs in a street-level sports scene. It's raw, it's cocky, and it sells the illusion perfectly.
All right, fuck it up, man. Let's go.
You want to bet? Let's do it. Not real now.
Let's bet a foul.
Oh,
Straight up.
shit, not real now. Now we talking business.
See that? That's not hesitation. That's in-character swagger. The cadence, the little bite on let's bet, the way it pops like he's been living in that world for weeks. If this were a real movie, that's the kind of improv a director circles in red and says, keep that. And this is the part that makes Cam's prank clip so viral. Omar's conviction gives Cam material with texture. It's not just a random outtake. It looks and feels like a scene with stakes. So when Cam later narrates over it, he gets to play the color commentator, the guy who tells you what you're seeing and why it's hilarious. Before we cut to Cam, lock this in. Without Omar taking the scenario seriously, there's no punchline. The bet, the posture, the rhythm of that line, that's what lets Cam slide in with the roast and make it land.
Got this nigga doing push-ups. Get your ass over the floor, do push-ups, nigga. They don't really think you're in the moves, dude. Yeah, I got you doing push-ups, stupid ass.
Classic Cam. Short, sharp, no chaser. He frames the whole thing like a blooper reel, Omar grinding like it's a feature film, while he's in the back turning it into content. But here's the twist. That same commitment, Cam's clowning, is the exact thing that keeps this clip replayable. It's the tension between serious actor mode and troll director commentary that gives you the laugh. And remember, the audience doesn't just react to what's said, they react to how real it looks. Clean camera, tight blocking, crisp audio, all of that tricked your brain for a second. That's why this bit travels. It's believable enough to sell the setup and petty enough to sell the payoff. This is classic Cam, watching footage like a sports commentator, throwing in quick insults like he's calling highlights. Let's rewind to one of the sharpest jabs in this whole back and forth. Camron claiming he caught Omar trying to wear something to make himself look slimmer, capping it off by calling him a fat bastard.
Hold on, what is he putting on? Is that? Oh,
yes.
Shit. Hold on. He putting on some shit to make him skinny. Hey, yo, look, hold on, you fat bastard. You gotta put some shit on to make him skinny. Oh, shit, nigga, tuck this waist in.
That wasn't just a one-off joke. That was a direct hit at Omar's appearance. And in Hollywood, that can be a sore spot. But here's where Omar played it smart. Instead of pretending he didn't hear it, instead of ignoring it, he leaned right into it, which is something a lot of people can't do when the internet starts picking apart their image.
And knowing that that garbage ain't coming out is even better. Show it on your little show all you want if you need ratings that bad. I'm almost 50, nigga. You think give a fuck about man boobs and a titty? I ain't never said I was in shape. Who gives a shit about that, nigga? I'm a grown-ass man, nigga. It was funny, though. I've been laughing. I've been with the shirt down, with the...
The brilliance here is in the delivery. No anger, no defensiveness, just straight acknowledgement. He's basically saying, yeah, I'm older. I've got some weight on me. So what? That's life. And when you take away the shame, you take away the sting. Suddenly, Cam's insult becomes a setup for Omar's punchline. Plus, Omar's not wrong. At nearly 50 years old, staying camera ready like a 25-year-old action star is a whole different game. The fact that he can still pull off TV roles, movies, and even shirtless push-up gigs says he's still getting booked and still getting paid. It's almost like he's reminding people, the body you have at 50 is the body you've earned. And if it comes with a $2,500 paycheck and a free trip to Miami, then maybe those man boobs aren't the insult you think they are. This moment right here, it's where Omar went from being the butt of the joke to flipping the script and becoming part of the joke. And in a roast battle, that's how you survive. By now, Camron had basically opened the door wide, practically begging Omar to step into his arena. He wanted that face-to-face, in-person roast session, the kind of segment that would have been internet gold for his show. But here's where Omar's media instincts kicked in. He's been around long enough to know that once you sit down on someone else's set, especially one built on clowning people, you're on their turf, playing by their rules. And that's why, when asked if he'd show up, Omar hit him with a clean, direct refusal.
No, I'm not coming on your show. I'm not helping your ratings no more. But thank you. No bullshit. Thank you.
This wasn't just a no, it was a strategic block. Omar's essentially telling Cam, you can roast me from your seat all you want, but you're not getting to edit my words, control the angles, or turn me into your season finale punchline. The beauty of it is how polite it sounds. He even ends it with thank you. It's the kind of response that makes you think twice. Was that a rejection? Or was that sarcasm so smooth you almost missed it? And let's be real, Omar's not wrong. Walking into Camron's studio after this kind of roast would have been like walking into a boxing ring where your opponent already has a 10-point lead and the ref's wearing his merch. By staying out of that environment, Omar kept his leverage. He stayed in control of his own image, his own story, and most importantly, his own punchlines. Some fans saw this as him dodging the smoke, others saw it as a power move. But in Hollywood, sometimes the best way to win a fight is to make sure the other guy never gets to ring the bell. Just when you think this back and forth has peaked, Camron adds another layer, and this one's pure theater. Instead of letting Omar's push-up scene be the only punchline, Cam drops something that feels like bonus content, a mock interview. Now, to be clear, this isn't an actual sit-down with Omar, it's a piece cut together to look like one. The lighting's right, the framing's right, and the way it's edited, it's meant to fool you for half a second before you realize what's going on. And here's the thing, Omar knows it. He knows exactly what they're doing, and that's why his reaction later is so sharp.
This is behind the scenes of El Matador, scene 1. How you feeling? How you looking forward to the scene?
I'm feeling good, man. Omar Gooding here, man. You know, I'm excited for us to be filming Baby Boy Part 2 out of Miami. You know, that's what that translated to, right? You know what I mean? I'm ready to whoop some little niggas, all type of shit, man. I'm excited.
See how slick that was? If you didn't know the backstory, you might have thought this was a real behind-the-scenes segment, but in reality, it's Camron taking the trolling to network TV parody levels. He's not just clowning Omar's acting, now he's framing him like a reality show contestant. And the part that makes it hit harder, Camron doesn't leave it as a silent joke. He actually talks about it on his show, laughing, breaking down the idea behind it, and making sure the audience is in on the gag.
And I'm just sitting there laughing because the nigga really, the nigga did an interview like, yo, we on the set of so-and-so, and this movie gonna be crazy, man. I got my baby boy on.
That laugh, that little smirk before he dives into his explanation, that's a man who knows he just added an instant replay moment to his highlight reel. For Cam, it's not enough to roast. He wants to explain the roast, pull back the curtain, and let you appreciate the craftsmanship. And for Omar, this is the moment he realizes he's not just a punchline, he's a recurring segment. Even after all this, Omar wasn't done delivering his own brand of comedic jabs.
Send me wherever you want, my boy. Keep booking. I'm gonna keep spinning it.
That's the mic drop moment. Omar turns every insult into a paycheck. He's not playing defense, he's cashing checks. And that's the ultimate win in entertainment beefs like this. So what did we learn from this hilarious exchange? First, if someone comes at you in public, you don't always have to come back harder. Sometimes, you come back smarter. Omar didn't match Camron insult for insult. He flipped the narrative and made it about his wins. Second, Camron proved once again that in the era of viral clips, you don't need a beef to sell a moment, but it sure doesn't hurt. And finally, the internet loves authenticity. Omar didn't pretend to be something he's not, and Cam didn't sugarcoat his jokes. That's why this became one of the funniest little celebrity roast sessions of the year. Whether you think Omar won or Camron won, one thing's for sure, they both walked away with more attention than they started with. And in the entertainment business, that's the real victory.